Welcome to Option Trades Today. I'm Tony the Baptiste and I have a trade idea for you today. March 12th, 2024. But first, like we always do, let's take a look at the market. E-mini S&Ps up $40.50, just about $10 off of their highs. NASDAQ up 179, also about 50 handles off of its highs. You can see the NASDAQ and the E-mini S&Ps up around the same percentage, with the Dow up 175, off by about 50% of the E-mini S&P, and the NASDAQ moving. Obviously, the bucker of the group is the Russell, down almost $6 or a quarter of a percentage point. Volatility, anemic. It's low, 14.05, down 80 cents, even with the market coming off its highs. Even with some two-sided action today, volatility down to 85 cents, giving some legs to this market, at least for the time being. Let's take a look at what that market is doing by going to our watch list. When I go to the watch list, I've already set it up, the IVX 5-day change from high to low. You can certainly keep it at random, and you can certainly keep it from low to high. I prefer to see high to low in the IVX 5-day change. This is the volatilities of each individual product's 5-day change, the most recent 5 days, their change. I like to see this be green and high, and I like to see the IVX rank to be high. When I go through these top stocks here, one really hits me, and that's NVIDIA. Now, full disclosure, NVIDIA kicked my butt the last time I made a trade on here. I did a broken wing call butterfly. I was not mechanical. I lost my discipline. I never adjusted the trade, and I took a full loss. That's not going to happen this time when I trade NVIDIA, not because I'm going to use a different strategy, but because I'm going to stay mechanical. Why? Well, an IV rank of 89 is just too much for me to pass up. IVX 5-day change of almost 7.5%, too much for me to pass up. And once I click on this product, you'll notice that it changes up on top for me, and it changes throughout the whole platform. So I don't have to type anything in. I can just click on the trade page, and I will already be in NVIDIA stock, up almost $50 today. You know, 45 days till expiration is where we like to put on our trades, but I try to avoid the weekly options when I'm making these trades. Why? Well, you'll notice here that the volume is okay in NVIDIA, but not as good as what I'm going to show you. And the markets are not nearly as tight. You'll see here they're $1 wide right at the money, and $1 wide going further out of the money. When I go to the 38 days or the monthly options, you'll notice that there's a lot more volume, and the markets are significantly better, 50 cents wide at best on a lot of these option series. So I'm going to stay with the 38-day options in NVIDIA. I'm going to change this back to probability of being in the money. What am I going to look to do here? Well, it's a $900 stock. It's too expensive, uses too much buying power to do anything naked. So I'm going to go with an iron condor in here. Now, how wide should the iron condor be? That would be your first question. Well, for me, you can be on a stock that's $100, $10 wide, $200, $20 wide. No, a $900 stock, I'm not going to be $90 wide, but I wouldn't mind if you really were $50 wide, if you had the conviction that you wanted to have that type of position on an NVIDIA. I'm going to take it a little bit slower. I'm going to go $20 wide. I'm going to sell around a delta of, around that 15 to 20-ish delta. You'll notice here the delta is 13. I'm going to go to the 750 puts, sell one of those. I'm going to go and buy the 730 put. This spread's trading for around $2.75. I would like to get $2.75 to the upside, but I don't think I'm going to be able to, even if I go a little bit closer. Like you'll notice here, I'm just about 19 or 20 deltas. I'm going to sell the 1120 call and buy the 1140 call. Trading for around $4.64. I actually did this down at $4.56. I was able to get filled about 3 cents away from mid price. So markets are nice and tight and liquid here. Even if you see a 30-cent wide market on the screen, usually you get filled around mid price or 2 or 3 pennies lower. Not bad for a $900 stock. Let's take a look at some of the numbers here. A 69% pop, Ideal, I like to be over 65%, closer to 70%. That checks that box. My theta decay, $9.60 in theta decay a day. That's how much money I'm making for holding this risk. What is my risk? That $1,556 or so, or $44 that you see here. It's $1,544 minus what I got, or added to what I got for credit here. That should equal the width of our strikes, which is $2 or $20 or $2,000. That's how much risk I have. $1,544 because I received $4.56 in credit. Obviously, that's going to be my max profit. And this is a delta neutral trade with one long delta in NVIDIA. I consider it delta neutral. We're further away on the call side and collecting less premium for it, but I'm just going by being delta neutral here. I'm letting skew do its thing. I'm letting volatility, the IV rank, do its thing, allowing me to go much further out of the money than I normally would if the IV rank was low and the IVX 5-day change wasn't green or was going lower. I'd have to be much tighter to collect the same amount of credit. What's a reasonable amount of money to make on a trade? You know me, I'm looking for my buck, $3.56. As a matter of fact, if you go over here and click on the follow page, you'll see that earlier today, while we were doing the show, yes, I can multitask, I was able to buy back this ENPH trade that had 9 rolls in it. I rolled up, I rolled down, I stayed mechanical, I made some horrible rolls in here. It really took a lot longer than it should have because I stink, but I was able to make $1 on this trade and take it off earlier today. I'm hoping to be able to do the same thing in NVIDIA here, and you'll notice I did this trade at 10:14 in the morning Central Standard Time when NVIDIA was trading right around here, 9:05 and change. So if you get the same credit as I do, that means volatility is about the same. If you get a higher credit than me and the stock is at the same price, then volatility is expanding, and that's a good thing for you to put your trade on. If it's lower, well, you know what? You'll have to make your own judgment call from there. But you can see when I make these trades right here on the Tasty Trade follow page. All right, everybody, here's the time when I ask you all to open, move, transfer your account to Tasty Trade. Help us keep the lights on here and support us at Tasty Live. And you know what? You like this video? Please go to YouTube, smash, crush, do whatever you do to that like button. Leave me some messages down the bottom. I do my best to answer them. But if you really want to get the true answer, email Tom at tastylive.com. He's so lonely, he loves hearing from you.